What's up? Heading through Quartzsite, Arizona. Beautiful this time of year. Beautiful. My gas stop at the typical Arco on, what's it called? Wrigley Road or something like that? I can't remember. Anyway, heading back north, man. Stopping at Arco. Fill up on some gas at some Arizona prices. Gotta readjust here. Back in the car. Awfully cold out, but yeah, just coming through Quartzsite, man. I was out here. I come through Quartzsite. God, it seems like at least, well, to and from at least 6 times a month I'm through here. So, if you guys aren't familiar, Quartzsite has their big pilgrimage with all the rock hounds and RV people and RV life and van life and you name it, life. But yeah, a lot of people are up here for the Jim and Rock show in Quartzsite, Arizona, and then so there's a bunch of RV booths out here, and there's some knick-knack stuff, some jewelry, collectibles, like a normal swap meet going at the same time. But yeah, that all kind of just ended. So I was talking to a couple people that do the Jim show that were just getting ready to head back, I guess to, I can't remember, you said Georgia or somewhere to their next place, I guess, where the Jim show goes, or some sort of Jim show. But yeah, I'm just filling up gas and getting on the road. I'll pick up in a container for a customer up in my area in Concho, Arizona. And I'm just hauling it back. Also picked up some fresh Mudder tires with some big black 18-inch fuel rims for our farm truck I just got for the 7.3 diesel, so I'm stoked on that. I didn't plan on getting some gaudy rims. I was trying to buy some stock rims off of a newer, like a newer F-250. Our little truck we just picked up is a 1999. Like I said, it's my old truck from back in the day. I think I bought it in 2001 originally. So I guess in 2005 they changed the offset on the F-250s and F-350s and went to the coil style suspension. I have the Leafs on mine because the older style. Some people really like that. I don't particularly care for the Leafs, to be honest with you. I've spent a ton of money on previous 7.3 trucks trying to get a good ride out of the Leaf pack. I mean, like buying the premium Leaf pack and all kinds of badass suspension. They still ride kind of shitty. But anyway, long story short, got a whole little contact I had out there. I used to buy rims and tires off of for other vehicles I've worked on, modified in the past, and got a sweet deal on some on 4 35-inch mudders with some black fuel rims that are a little flashy for my taste, but they couldn't beat the price. And if anyone's followed my channel, I'm a sucker for a deal. So if it's a deal, I'm going to grab it. It's hard for me to talk myself out of sometimes. So anyway, head back up. Got a container. This one's already sold twice. I mean, I got a gal that wants this one, which is cool. Gal and a guy, and then I got another guy called the other day that would take it if they don't want it. So typical on my containers. I mean, by the time I get them up there, if the first person doesn't want them, then there's 5 people that do, so it's not a big deal. But yeah, hauling ass, hauling the shipping container back. I ain't going that fast, 70 miles an hour, but anything over like 70 when you're hauling, your gas mileage just goes to the ground. So I try and stay about 65, 70 tops. Even the areas where it's 75 plus around here, people are going 80 with their trucks. That just sucks so much diesel out of this thing, it's not worth it. Way down's no big deal. I just coast all the way to California. I didn't touch the gas pedal once, so it cost me nothing. But on the way back, it's pretty expensive. But yeah, just touching base. Went through Quartzsite, Arizona. Heading up to Phoenix now. I try and time this right so I don't get stuck in Phoenix traffic, man. So I tell you, being a guy that grew up in California and that adamantly hates traffic with a passion, I try to avoid those time gaps. And it's so weird. I mean, when I go down there, I sit in traffic. It reminds me of like an old lifestyle where you bought the house, you got the killer job that pays you a bunch of money, you got a nice car, you're making payments on, you're driving in traffic, sometimes 3 hours each way, each day. And it might sound crazy to anyone that has never lived in California or in an area that has massive traffic, but that's your life. So, sometimes, say 4 hours a day, say 2 hours a day. 5 days a week, 10 hours a week, 40 hours a month. You know, multiply that times 12 months, multiply, you know, your career, and it's unbelievable how much time people spend in traffic. And occasionally, if I screwed up, I'll sit in traffic in Phoenix on the way down, and in like Indio or Riverside or Orange County. I'll hit them both, man. And I'm like, I just pull over and try to find something to eat. It's so annoying to be in that traffic. I mean, I know everyone does it, and everyone's lifestyles are different. Not to judge them, but man, I tell you, I can't believe how many years. I didn't do it for as many years as most people, but I did it for a handful of years. The different contracts I had, or regular brick and mortar jobs. And man, that traffic is just, talk about time. You only got time, and you're gonna spend 40 hours a week working and 40 hours a week in traffic to go to work. It's going to and from. That's insane. I used to do that too. I can't believe I even. That's before cell phones too. So you're just sitting there and, you know, listening to music. Nowadays, everyone's like, you know, landing the space shuttle with their phone and stuff. So they have stuff going on. But I mean, all they're important, doing duck lip pictures and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, that's my rant. Traffic sucks. You hit it in Phoenix and you hit it in California, or California and Phoenix. It's a shitty day. So, but the motor passed this dude right here. Hammer down. We dropped down to 60, man. This guy was just cruising. I was just blabbing. I wasn't paying attention. But yeah, heading back up. Got some rims and tires for the 7.3 work truck we picked up, the off-grid dedicated truck, the new Home Depot runner. So I also got a wheel bearing that's out in that thing, and I was going to do it myself, but as per anything else, I got 7,000 projects. I think I'm going to bring that to the local shop this week and just pay the fiddler, unfortunately. Throw that at the shop, get the brand new wheel bearing on there, do an oil change. I just threw brand new batteries in that, order some brand new tires and rims. And then next I'm going to black out the frame, make it all clean. I can't leave things stock. Then I'm going to throw like one of those cattle style black diamond plate and big old front bumpers on there with some lights. Make that thing kind of ridiculous. So totally unnecessary, totally awesome. But yeah, so I'll be working on that. Next couple weeks, we got snow up in our area. Last couple of days, my kids said they're at home chilling, but I'm out doing the mileage. So yeah, I have to see how that's going. I got a couple of deliveries, so we'll see if I can. I don't like to deliver in the snow, and no one, unless they're on a time crunch, if they're in the area working on their property. So it happens a lot for me when I'm coming from out of state to work on their property and try and coincide my deliveries with when they're in the town, obviously. If that's the case, I'll brave for the snow and mud and everything else. But if it's not the case, we ain't curing cancer here, man. We're dropping off a container, so I usually postpone until we get not necessarily dry and perfect weather, but just not snow and mud and everything else. But anyway, this is what I do. I haven't talked to you guys in a while. I'm just driving my truck around, but here I am. So it's what I do on my trips. Driving all the time, man. Some of these semi-truck drivers, I'm not saying all you guys, but some of you guys are complete assholes when you drive. This guy's in my butt as much as he can for no reason, just trying to be a jerk and show me that, you know, he's got a big truck and I got a small truck. Yeah, dude, drive like a dick. So some of these guys just drive like idiots, and then we get to they drive on my butt on the way down the hills. I maintain the same speed, 70, like I said. Then I come up on them on the hill climb, and they all going 55 miles an hour. So I don't really quite understand that, but it seems to be the common thing. I'm not saying all truck drivers. Some of you guys are pretty cool. A lot of you guys are total dickheads. So it just is what it is. So I think they don't like hot shots. They don't like guys in small trucks making money on the side, not having to worry about towing the line, I guess. But anyway, a little bit of that going on too. But yeah, heading home. Like I said, I'm gonna be working on the truck. Gonna work on some projects. We got this is gonna go on the Adventure Ready Off-Grid channel, but we have a van camp out meetup coming up the first week of March 3rd, 4th, and 5th, I believe it is. We're all going camping, so if you guys aren't into, or if you're into camping, you got a van, you want to go van camping, or even a truck, check out the other channel, Adventure Ready Van Life. I have information regarding the whereabouts, the timing, the campsites. I've already reserved a site on there, and check out Adventure Ready Van Life, our other channel, if you want to go camping March 3rd, 4th, and 5th. It is in California, so for those of you in California, that's no problem. People in Arizona may not make that haul, especially when gas is still pretty expensive in California. $4.09 here for diesel. $5 $595, I think I paid at the worst in California. So it's still pretty expensive down there. I didn't pay attention to the unleaded or the regular gas, but I mean the diesel was like almost $6, probably higher than $6 in some areas. But anyway, just rolling down the road. So pretty interesting. I don't need to talk about the news that much or politics, but it's pretty funny, all the UFO stuff and classified documents. And man, we got the dumbest society in the world right now. I mean, the dumbest government, the most overpaid, ridiculous politicians, some of the most ridiculous system where people just pay to play, pay to win elections, pay to push vaccines, pay to push procedures, pay to push certain demographics. I mean, it's an absolute total shit show out there right now. So if you're thinking about going off grid, you're thinking about changing your life, I'd say yesterday was the time, man. Figure it out. Sell your stuff, sell your property you got, figure out something, but buy some land. Even if you're not living on your rural land, I don't live on my rural land yet. I wish I did. I made some choices the last couple of years or last year where I changed kind of what my direction was. I didn't do it intentionally, it kind of just snuck up on me. But the goal is still within the next year and a half to be on the main property, and once we're on there, that's it for till I kick the bucket. So I mean, we're going to be there and ain't going nowhere. But I would say if you haven't bought land, buy some land. If you don't want to maintain land, go to a rural area. You don't have to do any of these things. I'm telling you, I wish I did it 20 years ago. The last place I bought, less than most people pay for their truck, or their nice car. It's a shit sty. It's a fixer-upper. It's nothing fancy, but man, it's got a stove, a refrigerator, it's got bathrooms, it's got a place to sleep. It's paid for. Shit hit the fan tomorrow. I mean, I ain't worried. Got everything I need kind of lined up, But it just seems like people are kind of like dragging their feet, just hanging out, still going through the grind, waiting for the pension to kick in or the retirement to kick in, or this job pays too much to leave it. Sell my house, I don't know where to go. I mean, it's up to you guys. Do what you want to do. I'm not here to tell anyone how to live, but I can tell you, I live free and easy, man. It is amazing. I don't even know. I ain't wealthy considerably. I don't make the kind of money I used to make, but man, I tell you, just chilling. It's a great feeling, man. Spend a ton of time with my kids. I mean, they mean everything to me. Just hanging out with my boys. I homeschool them. We get to spend time together. We do projects together. We video game together. We watch movies together. Eat dinner together. I mean, it's just cool. Some people do that anyway, but I know a lot of families don't. And I can tell you, changing my lifestyle, changing where I live, how I live, liquidating some crap I didn't need, it's been pretty awesome. So I can't tell you the recipe will work for everyone, or there's one recipe for everyone. But if you're living where you live because of your job, you're doing it wrong. I'm going to tell you that. If you're 500 plus thousand in debt in your house, you don't own that house. The bank does. You may never own the house. You may die in debt. Most people will. I think most people will die in debt. Most people will be 65 years old, retiring from that job, getting their $2,500 a month to try and live on. If inflation goes the way it is right now, you won't. That $2,500 won't buy you nothing. If the $2,500 even comes, that money might be gone. But I mean, wait until you're 65 to start living. I'm not saying that at 65 you're gone. Get there one day. I'm in the closer to 50 than 40, 47. I already feel ailments, man. My body's already sore, so I couldn't imagine going too much longer. I'm losing my light here, guys, so maybe I'll pull you up and see if you see me closer. Not that you need to see his face, just hear it. But yeah, wait until you're 65 years old to retire and maybe get 15 good years in and downhill from there. Not saying nothing, no, not age shaming. You can't avoid it. But I'm just telling you, we all know that, 85 ain't going to be, in your prime for doing some of the things you want to do if you didn't already knock them off that list. So, I don't know. I regret not changing my lifestyle drastically 20 years ago. I don't regret it. I mean, I regret it, but I don't dwell on it. But I'm just saying, I love to have just met 47-year-old me when I was 25. I probably wouldn't have listened to him because I was very anti-authority, as I still am. But maybe it would have sparked some interest in me and some smarts. I could have done something different. But Anyhow, if you're dreaming about getting out, buying rural property, do it. If you're dreaming about, quitting your job because you don't like it, do it. Let's do it. Jobs are a dime a dozen. I don't give a shit if you make $150,000 a year, crazy pension, 401k match. I mean, give me a break, man. Go live. Like, there's no reason to wait for that shit. Go live. And some people will be rattled by that. I said I'm not going to judge you for it. You can all be friends regardless. But I don't know. Don't let society and a pre-described lifestyle of what I consider tax slave lifestyle, debt slave lifestyle that you're born into. Don't let that don't let that frame your timeline. If you really want to do it, go do it. If you like that lifestyle and you're going to live vicariously through people like me that do other things, or other people on YouTube, I mean, that's fine too. I mean, some people, that's enough for them. But if you really crave that lifestyle, I mean, maybe I'm a fool because I don't have a pension and I don't have a retirement to talk about, and I guess if you put 20, 30 years into it, it's probably worth waiting those couple extra years to get it. I can't fault you there, but start putting those steps in place. Get that land, get that conic box on that land. Start building that tiny house or laying out that foundation. If you got a pension coming, a retirement coming, Social Security coming, you're close to that age, and you got to do it that way. Start laying the groundwork now, and that little bit of money you're going to get should be able, whether it's little or big, a lot of people it's going to be little. You should be able to adjust pretty good to that and live a pretty decent lifestyle. But anyway, just done a rant, driving down the road. It's been a while. Hope everyone's safe out there. But like I said, man, make those changes, take that leap. I don't think it's scary at all. I've never been scared of taking opportunities or changing jobs or selling a new product or learning a new product or learning a new hobby. I kind of got in a rut for about 10 years just doing the family thing, thinking I was doing what you're supposed to do, and I realized, there's other ways to skin that cat. It's a horrible slogan, huh? Horrible saying, but I don't even know what it means. But anyway, there's definitely other ways to do it, and it's got to fit for your lifestyle. It's got to make sense of what you want to do. But if you're dreaming, a lot of those dreams can come true with a very, very little changes or drastic changes with, that's very adaptable and very enjoyable. The risk isn't as big as people think. So anyway, with the closing of the sun, we'll close this one off. You guys be safe out there. And like I said, if you're interested in camping, March 3rd, 4th, and 5th, check out Adventure Ready Van Life, our other channel. The information's on there, and I'll do an update on that probably next day or two once I'm back at my place. And that camping trip's coming up, and it's just a bunch of people hanging out, like-minded people, hanging out, camping, and enjoying life. No prerequisite, no judgment, just hanging out. That's one thing. Camping can't get any better than that, as far as not in my book at least. Camping with good people, camping with family. Right on, guys. I got a long road ahead of me. Bye.